Hello, everyone. Are you keeping warm? Well, I'll tell you what. This should toast you, and I'm going to tell you why. Today is January 14th of 2025. Happy New Year again. And I'm going to tell you yesterday, January 13th of 2025, Judge Beverly Cannone denied the motion for the Commonwealth to exclude Dr. Marie Russell's testimony in the Karen Read case. I'm going to tell you hallelujah, but I figured that it would not be successful. Hank Brennan, Hank, got spanked. And here, we're going to definitely see more of this. Welcome to Seeing Crime, everyone. I'm Lady Zelda. And before we get started, if you haven't subscribed already, do me a favor. We're waiting to get up to that 7,000 subscriber mark. We're almost there. We're going to have a big giveaway. And if you want to see what that is, join me in my lives on Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. But we're giving away a lot of really good stuff. Please like this video, subscribe, share, comment, do all the things. You know what to do. But we're talking about Hanky Panky today. Who got spanky? He did. And I'll tell you what, there's a reason why the Commonwealth wants to throw out all of the defense's great and critical witnesses. It's because they know they don't have a case. You know, the one thing that they don't have, if you want to look, we so many of you are so good at all of this. I'm so proud of you because you know so much about this. But you know, the one thing they don't have is the absolute proof beyond a reasonable doubt that Karen Read reversed at 24 miles per hour in a Lexus that may have a system that prohibits her to go that fast in reverse in that Lexus, and would also have all the warning bells, all the systems go off, and hit Officer John O'Keefe, that ultimately led to his demise. There's too many open-ended things, but we know because John has been talking. But here we are. We're going to see what happens next because, well, there's a lot of things coming out. Today was supposed to be another hearing. It didn't happen. I don't know why, but it's okay. And I'm going to say this. We have the Kipper deck. We have the Mythic Tarot. We're going to give our little friend I'm going to show you this fire element. He has been working overtime. We're going to give him a rest. You haven't probably seen this deck before. It is the Rider-Waite combination of playing card, cartomancy, and tarot deck. You're going to like this. So we're going to figure out, we've got some more cards on the side. We've come here to the table, ready, willing, and able. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if you see it, but I'm seeing eyes. Look, 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 look. They're all over. That's because the energy is watching. Let me know what you see in the comments. Will you do that, please? And I'm going to clear this energy. And now we're going to get started. We're going to lay out a couple of these Kipper decks. We're going to ask spirits, guides, and angels, and if John's energy, not his soul, but his energy is here, we would like some input, some, guidance and direction. That's what we're asking for. Thank you so much. All right, here we are. A change. Oh, yeah, things are going to change. We're going to see what's up. A message of concern. I think that was yesterday, but it may be today because look, that is the 14th. Today is the 14th. The community, I know, we all know what the community thinks about this. And high honor. You know, the one thing about Hank Brennan that I've got to share with you is that Hank Brennan has been honored by the super lawyer group, the National Trial Lawyers. He's in the top 100. My question is just this. How? Okay, so here we are. But before we get started, a disclaimer that this is entertainment purposes only. I'm not law enforcement or a lawyer or a medical professional. a fire professional, any of those great things, of those services that we all are so appreciative of. I am a tarot profiler and a psychic medium, and I'm here today to give you the tea on what we think is going to happen next, or what else ever comes out. All right, we're going to see this. Now, this change and a message of concern, that doesn't surprise me, because there may be another filing in the next day or two, because, they reserve the right to bring in the crash daddies from ARCA to do the same thing, to just try to discredit and get the ARCA people thrown out. In my opinion, I'm just going to say this. I don't trust this person, the prosecutor. Well, the defense prosecutor. I'm going to call him that because he's not a prosecutor. He's a defense attorney. But he's working. Here, let's just open up the can of worms. The message of concern is coming, and I would say within 24 hours. The community is still watching. They're just so tired of this. This is the man. Look, he has a lot of high honors. That's what we were just talking about. When he goes into battle, he thinks he's battle ready. Well, he better be careful, because he got smacked down by the defense and attorney Robert Alessi this last hearing that we had. I don't know if y'all loved seeing that, but I certainly did. Here is the Mythic Tarot. The Queen of Swords. That's Judge Beverly Cannone. The Strength card. The Nine of Wands. I'm chuckling for a reason. And the Ten of Wands. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that sounded like that. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay. So there is Judge Beverly Cannone. She not only has the strength, but she has the power. And, in this particular case, she did the right thing. And I love the part where attorney Robert Alessi just kind of handed her own words back to her on a silver platter in his closing remarks, basically saying, you did this before, Judge. Why would you go against your own ruling? These are things that Hanky doesn't think about. But see, I'm going to say he thinks he's in an Italian kitchen where he can just throw all the pasta on the wall and see what sticks. I think that's really what he's doing. And if you want to know more about him, do a little bit of research on your own about him and the Whitey Bulger case. And if you have the channel Tubi, which is free, Tubi, it will tell you there's a documentary on there about Whitey Bulger, and Hanky Panky is in that documentary. There were a lot of things that he did in that trial. The one thing I got to tell you something. He went and even grieved at the grave of Whitey Bulger. Does that tell you something? Why is Hank coming in when he says he hates all the Fed's investigation and corruption, and yet he's in with an office that's being investigated for the same thing? Is it birds of a feather flock together? Or, yeah, and you know that little rhyme, birds of a feather flock together. So do pigs and swine, rats and mice have made their mind, and so have we made. Oh, so have I made mine. Anyway, something like that. Basically, yeah, birds of a feather. He is flocked to them. There's a reason why he came to the CW so cheaply, is because I think he just needs a little bit of notoriety. But the strength, it took a lot of strength for Auntie Bev to do this, but this is also the sign of Leo. I don't know if there's anybody that is a Leo there. This Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands. Let me show you what's up. You see this Nine of Wands? Very interesting. There is this ship that has taken the wrong course. That's the CW, who went against all recommendations, went against all suggestions, and wanted to come out on their own path. And look what happened. They set sail on some very stormy seas. The wands are fire elements. The fire elements are sometimes opportunity, sometimes open doors, but sometimes are a warning. And many times they say fight fire with fire. And I'm going to tell you what happens. They set out on the wrong course, and now they've been beached. Oh, those little beaches. Yes. They have been beached, and look, now they're going to be sitting in a little capsule of their own making. And that's what's going to happen. You see, what's going to happen with the CW is they're going to corner themselves because the truth always wins. What Hank was doing in this Daubert hearing, Daubert, whatever you want to pronounce it, the dog bite hearing. What he was trying to do was convince everyone that Karen needed a conviction. He was not presenting the facts. In fact, he even brought up this Dr. Kenneth Kinsey, I think his name was. You can let me know in the comments. From the Alex Murdaugh file case. He's not even a medical doctor. And yet he's throwing all these things to Dr. Russell to throw her off. Judge Cannone saw that. She did not have a choice. But this little motion denial has pretty much put them on notice that they can do whatever they want, but got to bring the facts. Let's see what this other tarot. You're going to enjoy this deck. Let's see what this. You see what this is. Well, look at that. That is the Hermit card, but you know who that is? That is Brian Albert's sign of Virgo. Amazing. And the number 9. I know that all of you are watching these 9s, and we have a 9 here. So we have 3 9s. That's 18. I wonder what's going to happen within the next 18 days from today. And that is, today is the 14th. So here we are, my darlings. This is a card that denotes when you start the thought of, this has happened, but if this happens, what about this? And if that happens, well, maybe we should say this, because if they say this or if they do that, then this will happen. That 3 a.m. where you wake up and you can't really sleep at night and you start to thinking. And by the way, I want to point out, if you can see it, this bed that this person has been laying on also there's a little scene of conflict there. And in the blue squares of this quilt, you see every 12 signs of the zodiac, which means none of us are immune to this. But the swords are an air element. What are those? Well, that's thoughts, communication, dreams, thinking, thoughts. I said that before, but thoughts are amazing because, sometimes thoughts are not the facts. Did you know that? Sometimes we can think ourselves into a situation in which we feel is real and it really isn't. I want you to remember this going forward now with the Karen Reed case and with any other cases. Thoughts are not facts. You can think that something happened. You can think that Karen ran over John O'Keefe, but that's not a fact. It's only a thought. And that's exactly what is happening here. And this guy knows. And there's a lot I'm going to tell you. Stay tuned, because John has more to tell. And I'll be posting that soon. Maybe even telling you this coming Saturday night on the next live. Okay, so this is a card. It's a champion. Now, I've said even Aiden Carney, Turtle Boy, and Karen Reed are champions. And it's because they have endured the fire that's been sent to them by this CW. You see, more wands. But look, he is a champion. He's made it through. And now he's displaying the fact that, yes, I have a trophy. I'm done. I'm ready. look at this. This is the Six of Wands, but I'm loving this because look at his little stoic horse and all of these things and how he's sitting on the back of this horse. But look at the color of his little robe. It is red. That is power, passion, control, even love. But this tells us that Karen, once again, is the champion. She's enduring. She's coming through this. Don't you love these cards? Here's the Lover's card. Now, the Lover's card means lovers to a certain extent. We have a number 6 here again. So, I mean, we've got 2 9s and 2 6s, 2 pairs. Too bad I'm not playing poker, right? Okay, anyway, back to this. The Lover's card. Let's point out a few things. More red wings, more passion. But you see, this is supposed to be a representation of Adam and Eve. Other than looking a little chilly, she is standing by a tree with a snake or a serpent with apples. You know, that's the story we need to talk about. And then there is this fellow with fire behind him. Fire. This can be, look, she's looking up for guidance and direction. He's looking at her. But one thing, in any circumstance or relationship, there is always a mountain that you have to overcome. In this particular case, the mountain and the burden of proof is on Hank Brennan and the CW in Morrissey. It's also the sign of a Gemini, just for your edification. All right, so now, what does all this mean? Well, it's telling a story that this fellow knows a lot more, and I think that he is also starting to think. He may be on the beta blockers, who knows? But he's starting to think about, because, you know, the one thing, they have another trial, and you know that he's going to be called, Jenny is going to be called, you know, every time, can I say this? In my opinion, and you let me know what you think. Every time I see a video of her walking in or testifying or walking through the streets of Canton or Dedham or Stoughton or wherever she is, you know what I hear? Dun, 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 dun. Here you go, Karen, and your little dog too. That's just kind of how I feel about her. Anyway, speaking of that, she is the champion. She's overcoming. Because there's a lot that the CW, I mean, let's face it, everybody's worried she will be acquitted. Because I'm going to tell you, anybody who watched Hank Brennan, I don't know how they're even going to get a jury if you want to know the truth. Oh, they'll get one. They'll get one. But if he acts like that in the courtroom, Gypsy witch cards. No gypsy here, no witch, but we have these little fellows. This was my grandmother's deck. There's a crossroads, and believe me, that's exactly where they are. A star with a 2 of spades. This is a timing card. This all started, by the way, this is a timing card for summer. And we know that Karen's mistrial happened in this past summer in 2024. But this crosswords basically says, look, there's been some misdeeds. There's been some things that you need to be able to overcome, because if not, you're going to be suffering and definitely misadventures of evil. That's basically what it is. The star is basically here because it says if you continue on the path that you're continuing there, CW, you're going to be involved with some very unlucky events. One, to be these motions that are being denied and turned down. I mean, strike one was Karen Reed's father, phone records. Now, yesterday, the Daubert hearing. Strike two, I may be wrong, there may be some more strikes, but he doesn't have a very good record. And where's the chip off for the Lexus, by the way? Anyway, this is basically saying, yes, he has honor. Yes, he's thinking that he's going to have success. But I'm going to tell you what, that success will be ripped out of his hands with this scythe, because basically you reap what you sow, and his actions and his inability to bring forward the facts. I don't want to know what his thoughts are. I want to know the facts will be his early kiss of death in this particular case. And that is a metaphor. That is not a prediction of any type of his unaliving. So just let's make that clear. It's my opinion based on what this says. The diamonds are legal. And the diamonds basically are saying, yeah, there's a big bite to chew here. But this is very interesting, this Two of Spades, because that is a separation. It's a cutoff. It's a divorce. It's walking away. I don't think he's going to walk away, but I'm going to tell you what. If he continues on, he is biting off more than he chews. When he gets the crash daddies up there, hello. There's another. He loves this too. He loves that. And there is a journey. This is a journey. And this is the commitment that he's got. The one thing about evil is that they don't back up. I'm going to tell you something. Think of, there's the house. So we know John's energy is here. And fortune. The fortunate thing is we can see this from the outside in. But the one thing I want to share to you is this. When Jesus was tempted those 40 days and nights, the devil came to him and Jesus was sweating. The angels were right there with him. He was sweating, not because he was worried or scared, but because he had to stay on his toes, because the devil twisted the word so much that you have to really pay attention. You have to pay attention. And of course, Christ did. He was ultimately, that's the story. But in this particular case, think of that. The truth is being twisted by this evil. And you know what happens? Karma. And you know what happens? Evil, when you spread evil, when you have these types of things on people that you are wanting to, you're praying for their demise, not because of the well-being or not because you believe it's true, but because this is something you have to do. That's where they are right now, my darlings. So last words. And the last word is going to come from the House of Zelda, of course. Because I all love being here. Stay tuned. I've got more coming because John has told more things, and you're going to want to listen to that. It's time to look closer. Oh, yeah. I believe that because there are some things now that are happening that I'm disturbed. I'm disturbed with. Because, yes, there is a plan. And you want to know what the plan? You want to know the initial plan? Stolen. John's life was stolen from him. I do not believe that it was premeditated. I believe that they wanted to rough him up. That was what I've been encouraged by John's spirit to believe. I believe that he's been roughed up. But you know what I believe? It all started with a plan to have a blizzard party. Who else lost their life during a blizzard? Not a coincidence. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Please do me a favor and subscribe. Don't forget to click that notification bell so you don't miss anything. I sure love you. Thank you so much for your support, and I'm going to see you again very soon. I'm leaving some links to shop, and you know what? We've added coffee readings, personalized videos just for you. So go on to the link below, and you can order yours today. And I'm going to post one of those so you can see what it is on Crime Time with True Oracle. So keep watching. Thanks so much for watching, my darlings, and always for your support. And justice for John. And free Karen Reed. Bye for now.